You know how we were talking about AI bringing magic back? Like actually bringing it back.
Yeah.
Well, we found some historical analysis. It connects this whole idea to, well, figures like Merlin.
Really?
Yeah, it's super interesting. Like the way we're thinking about AI now, it kind of mirrors how people used to think about magic.
Huh. Like what?
Well, take prompt engineering, for example.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
basically like you give the AI really, really specific instructions to get it to do what you want.
Right. To achieve a certain outcome.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of
Uh,
like casting a spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
with a carefully worded incantation. I see. I see.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
I mean, think about ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
You can ask it to like write you a poem in the style of Shakespeare
Wow.
or translate like
Yeah.
ancient Sumerian text.
Yeah.
You could even get it to like write basic code for a website.
It's wild.
And it all depends on how you ask, how you phrase the request.
Oh, totally. Just like a magic spell, you know? You mess up the words, who knows what'll happen.
Exactly.
Mm.
And that's what's so cool about this whole comparison.
Yeah.
We're basically like talking to these crazy complex AI systems with some kind of digital incantation.
And just like, a messed up spell, a badly made prompt, you can end up with something totally unexpected. Useless, even.
Yeah. And it all comes down to the quality, like how good your input is.
The quality of the input determines the quality of the output.
Right. So are we basically saying that learning AI is like deciphering some ancient grimoire, a book of spells?
In a way, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, think about Merlin.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All those legends, right?
Shape-shifting,
Yeah, talking to animals.
seeing the future.
Yeah. All because supposedly he just really understood nature.
Deep understanding, yeah.
Maybe even had some supernatural family.
Lineage, yeah. Some people think that.
And then there's the stories about Merlin building Stonehenge with magic.
Oh, right.
Which, I mean, to do that, you'd have to have insane knowledge of natural forces and total control over them.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, right? Because Merlin's magic was all about using this hidden knowledge to change the world. And AI today, it's doing something kind of similar. I mean, think about it. AI gives us access to massive amounts of information, crazy computational power.
Yeah.
So we can analyze all these super complex patterns, make predictions, like Merlin's visions of the future, supposedly.
Yeah. It's like we're uncovering the secrets of the universe
Through algorithms, yeah.
through data, like some digital alchemy.
But what's really fascinating is that the tools, they've changed, but the core idea, it stayed the same. Merlin had his wands and staffs, magic circles.
Oh, wait, right.
These were his interfaces, right, to channel the magic.
And today we've got keyboards, touch screens, voice commands. It's
Oh.
like we've gone from physical objects to digital ones.
Yeah. But the main point is the same. We're controlling these huge forces beyond anything we can actually touch or see. It's wild. And how the materials of Merlin's wand or how it was made supposedly affected its power?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's the same with AI prompts. The way it's worded, how it's structured, all that changes the output.
So it's like fine-tuning a line of code or something.
Yeah, kind of. One tiny change can totally change what the AI produces.
It's almost like AI is giving us access to forbidden knowledge.
Yeah.
Like what Merlin supposedly had, showing us connections and possibilities we could never imagine.
That's a really, really interesting parallel. For centuries, people saw magic as a way to get to knowledge and power beyond what normal people could reach. And now AI is kind of doing the same thing, giving us insights and abilities that would blown people's minds just a while ago.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if we're the ones with this power, this digital magic, doesn't that mean we've got to be responsible with it?
That is a huge question. And that takes us to some pretty deep stuff about the future of AI and how it's going to impact humanity. But before we get into all that, what stands out to you so far in this whole AI as modern magic thing? What connects most with how you see magic and technology?
Yeah, you mentioned responsibility, and that's kind of at the heart of why this whole comparison is so interesting.
Right.
AI and magic,
Yeah.
because all those old stories about Merlin and sorcerers and stuff, they always had these warnings
Yeah.
about misusing magical power.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Magic could be dangerous.
Right, exactly. It was a force to be
Uh-huh.
respected,
Yeah.
even feared.
Totally. Because it could be used for good or for bad.
Exactly. And, it seems like we're kind of seeing the same worries around AI now.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, that's where this whole AI intentionality thing comes in.
Okay.
Like, we're starting to see these AI systems that can do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they can write these super creative texts, compose music.
Even come up with scientific ideas.
Whoa. It's like they're, like, developing their own, their own will or something.
Yeah, like a sense of agency. Like they can make their own choices. So if this keeps going, if AI keeps getting smarter, we need to like really think
Yeah.
about how we make sure those choices line up with our values,
Doubly, yeah.
Like how do we make sure that this magic of AI, it's used for good, not for bad.
Hmm. That reminds me of something, another parallel to those old magic stories. Like Merlin, he supposedly learned his magic from this like mysterious source, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even like a demon or something.
Right.
Makes you wonder if there's like some forbidden knowledge around AI too.
That's a good point because AI, it's using these massive data sets right now, processing information like way beyond what we can understand, finding all these like patterns and connections that like we never would have seen.
So it's kind of like AI is giving us access to this knowledge that was hidden.
Yeah.
Like Merlin's magic.
Exactly. But the big question is, are we ready for that? To use it responsibly?
I mean, that's the challenge, right? Like AI is getting so advanced, so fast. We need like some kind of ethical framework to like guide its development.
Absolutely. It's like, imagine we're building this like super powerful tool.
Yeah.
But we haven't figured out the safety protocols yet.
Whoa. It's like we're stepping into those wizard shoes.
Right.
With all that power and responsibility of wielding magic.
Exactly. And we got to be careful.
Yeah.
We need a really deep understanding of what we're dealing with.
Definitely.
And a really important part of that is realizing that the future of AI, it's not set in stone.
Oh.
Like it's being shaped right now by the choices we make, the questions we ask, and the values that we put first.
So it sounds like we're at this like turning point.
Yeah, like a crossroads where the path we choose, it'll decide if AI becomes a force for good.
Or like something bad happens.
Exactly. Unintended consequences. And that brings us to a really key point. This isn't just a conversation for like scientists and engineers.
Right.
It's got to be everyone.
Because ultimately the future of AI, it affects everybody.
Exactly. It's going to change like everything, the way we work, how we learn, how we create, how we even like relate to each other.
It's kind of mind-blowing, actually.
And it's going to raise some like really deep questions.
Yeah,
like
why?
What does it even mean to be human in a world with all these like super intelligent machines?
Whoa, this is like heavy stuff. This whole deep dive has been amazing. Like I already feel like I get AI so much better now.
I'm glad to hear that. But we're not finished yet.
Oh, right.
There's still so much more to explore in this deep dive. Like in the next part, we're going to look at like specific ways that AI might change the world and what that could mean for us, as humans. So stay tuned for that.
So we've been on this like crazy journey exploring AI as like modern magic.
Yeah. From Merlin and all those legendary powers to like the algorithms that are basically shaping the world today.
Right. And we even like took a peek into the future where AI might actually like develop its own sense of purpose.
It's wild to think about.
But before we finish up, I want to go back to something we were talking about earlier. Those magical tools,
Oh, right.
that Merlin and other sorcerers supposedly used.
Like wands and staffs and all that.
Yeah. It's like they weren't just like random objects.
They were like full of symbolism, right? Ritual, like a deep understanding of like the forces they were supposed to control.
Exactly. And that's what I find so cool when we compare them to like how we interact with AI now.
It's true. I mean, our keyboards, touch screens, even our voice commands, they're kind of like our modern day wands and staffs in a way.
It's like they're the tools we use to like channel the power of AI.
Yeah, all that incredible power.
And it's like every time we like write a prompt or feed data into an algorithm or train a model.
It's like we're doing some kind of like digital ritual.
And just like those like ancient sorcerers, we're still kind of figuring it all out, like the rules, the limits, what could go wrong.
Totally. And, we talked about all the like ethical stuff, but there's also the whole impact on society to think about.
Oh, right. Like how will AI change like everything? How we work, how we learn, how we create, even how we like connect with each other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, will it like get rid of jobs, or will it create new ones?
Hmm.
Will it like make us more creative or make us rely on machines more?
Well, that's a good one.
Will it help us like connect with each other better, or will it make us more isolated? These are all huge questions, and the answers depend on what we do, the choices we make.
Both as individuals and like as a society.
Exactly. And those choices, like we've been saying, they need to be based on like what we value, you know,
Yeah.
what we want to achieve and what our responsibilities are.
We can't just like chase the technology without thinking about like what it'll do to us.
Right. It's like, imagine we're at this crossroads. There's the potential for like amazing progress, but also like dangers we don't even see yet.
And the path we choose, it'll decide what kind of future we get. Like a future where AI is a good thing or like something that hurts us.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we wanted to leave you with one last thought, kind of like a prompt,
Okay.
to like guide your own exploration of this whole AI thing.
Got it.
So imagine you could design like a magical AI tool, like a digital wand or something that could like use the full power of AI. What would it be like? What could it do? And most importantly, how would you make sure it's used ethically?
And for good, right?
Yeah.
For everyone.
Exactly. So keep that question in mind as you like keep learning about AI, because this field, it's changing so fast.
It really is.
The future of AI, it's not set. It's being created right now by the decisions we make, the questions we ask, and like what we choose to value.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, on this journey into like AI is modern magic. It's been a wild ride.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep talking about this stuff. It's important.